Have you ever wondered why society seems so fractured, so disillusioned, so sick? Could it be that the cause lies not in the complexity of the world, but in something disturbingly simple: conformity? What if the cure to this sickness isn't more rules, more obedience, or more of the same, but something entirely different? What if the answer lies in nonconformity? Ralph Waldo Emerson, the great 19th century philosopher, believed this to be true. "Whoso would be a man must be a nonconformist," he wrote in Self-Reliance. To him, conformity was not just a personal failing, it was a societal epidemic, stifling individuality, creativity, and truth. And yet, conformity often feels natural, doesn't it? Everyone around us is doing it, so we follow suit, rarely questioning the cost. But Emerson did question. He saw conformity as a mask, one that may fit the faces of some, but for most, feels tight and unnatural. "I pay a destructive tax in my conformity," he warned. That tax isn't just personal, it's societal. When conformity dominates, individuality dies, and with it, the unique solutions that individuals bring to the challenges of life. Today we see the destructive tax of conformity everywhere. We're told what to think by politicians who lie, what to consume by corporations that exploit, and even how to feel by a media machine that profits from fear and division. The result? A society of obedient consumers who trade their individuality for the illusion of safety. We buy things we don't need, eat food that poisons us, and numb our dissatisfaction with screens and pills. All the while the deeper sickness grows. Emerson warned of this. "If you take in a lie," he wrote, "you must take in all that belongs to it." Conformity, then, is not just a mask. It is a contagion infecting every part of our lives. To conform is to sacrifice the truth of who we are and replace it with the shallow dictates of a society gone mad. But there is a cure. Emerson knew it, and deep down, you do too. Nonconformity is not just rebellion, it is a return to health. It is the act of renouncing the lies that shape our society and rediscovering the truths within ourselves. Or, as Emerson put it, the man who renounces himself comes to himself. To be a nonconformist is to take off the mask and let your true self breathe. But how do we begin? How does one walk the path of nonconformity in a world so tightly bound by rules and expectations? Emerson offers a roadmap: solitude, authenticity, and action. First, solitude. "There are voices," Emerson wrote, "which we hear in solitude, that grow faint and inaudible as we enter into the world. In solitude, we reconnect with our inner voice, the one society teaches us to ignore. Away from the chatter of the crowd, we can begin to understand who we are and what we truly value. But solitude alone is not enough. To flourish as a nonconformist, we must bring our discoveries back into the world. Emerson believed in striking a balance. Solitude is impracticable, and society fatal. We must keep our head in the one and our hands in the other. This means living among others without losing ourselves to their expectations. It means standing firm in our truth while remaining open to genuine connection. And then there is action. Nonconformity is not passive. It demands courage and persistence. "Always do what you are afraid to do," Emerson counseled. Fear of ridicule, fear of rejection, these are the chains conformity places on us. But every act of defiance, no matter how small, is a step toward freedom. Yet nonconformity is not just about rejecting what is false. It is about embracing what is true. It requires us to cultivate our talents, pursue our passions, and build a life aligned with our inner nature. Emerson called this tilling the plot of ground which is given to us. Each of us has unique strengths, and only by working with them can we discover the power that resides within us. When we live this way, something remarkable happens. We not only heal ourselves, we begin to heal the world. A man will see his character emitted in the events that seem to meet him, Emerson wrote. In other words, the state of our being shapes the state of our world. A society of conformists creates sickness, but a society of nonconformists, of individuals aligned with truth, creates health, harmony, and progress. Yes, this path is hard. Yes, it will set you apart. But what is the alternative? To live a life not your own? To perpetuate the lies that have poisoned our world? Emerson challenges us to rise above these fears. What I must do is all that concerns me, not what the people think. This rule may serve for the whole distinction between greatness and meanness. So let me ask you, what would your life look like if you stopped conforming? What truths would you uncover? What lies would you renounce? And most importantly, what kind of world could you help create if you had the courage to live as your truest self? The answer is already within you. The only question left is, when will you begin?